everybody. Welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. And we're really excited today. We have the star of the upcoming movie Hearts Around Table, Sherry's second act. We have Brendan Morgan here. And Brendan, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, this is your first time on the podcast. We like to get a chance to get to know you and what inspired you to get into acting.
Um, to be honest, I kind of fell into it randomly.
Uh
Uh,
huh.
so I used to be an athlete. I used to play football.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's pretty much my passion for the better part of my life. And after injuries and playing for a few years, I decided to walk away from it. And I ended up getting into modeling randomly.
Yeah.
And from modeling, I ended up getting an audition for a film that was shooting. And I didn't know what I was doing. I just submitted for it and I ended up getting the role and
Oh, wow.
snowballed from there.
What was that first time on camera like for you?
Um, it, it was a bit nerve-wracking,
Uh huh.
but I was working with a great group of people.
Yeah.
His name was Marcus Rosner.
Okay. Yeah. We know Marcus well.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
really, really great guy. Um, and he was producing and starring in the film that I was in. And he just made things like super easy. He was really chill. And he also helped me following. He asked if I want to get more involved in it, in
Oh,
acting,
that's good.
and I said, yeah, it was a great time on set. And he kind of pointed me in the right direction.
Uh-huh. Are you from Canada
Yeah,
or
yeah.
okay,
I
okay.
outside of Toronto, a place called Pickering.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So, did you grow up watching a lot of movies? Or you said you're more into sports, but could you consider yourself a movie person?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the greatest when it comes to the names of actors.
Uh-huh.
I watched a lot of animated films growing up,
Ah,
a lot of Disney films.
yes.
Um, we'd watch a
I
lot.
am a huge animation fan myself, so
Yeah, okay,
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
on that level.
Yeah.
A lot of I guess sing-alongs, I guess you could call
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Both films, I enjoyed those.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I went to a school where we did a lot of plays, so a lot of
Okay.
we recreate them.
Uh-huh.
Like I was in The Wizard of Oz.
What was your role in The Wizard of Oz?
I was the Tin Man. My mom made like
Ah,
a box and put tin foil on it and everything.
yes.
Yeah, my costume was great.
Oh
Um,
my gosh.
we did The Sound of
I would
Music.
love to see that.
I'm sure my mom has a picture somewhere, but yeah, I did a lot of plays that were based off of musicals. So uh, those are
Uh-huh.
those are the type of films I watched.
Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Uh so uh so yeah, but you should like hook up with Hallmark because they're doing all these football movies now.
I've
You heard
heard.
about this? They did
Yeah,
like a movie with the Chiefs, now they're doing the Buffalo Bills.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what the
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh, that's very exciting.
Ho, ho, ho! We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind the scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
So I saw on your IMDb you were in like a bachelor type show.
Yes.
Okay. So what was this like?
Yeah, so I was on it's called Bachelor in Paradise. It was the
Yeah.
the Canadian version of it.
Yeah.
First season. and pretty much they just had a handful of guys and handful of girls, and they put us. Ours was on a camp. Usually it's an island where we go to, or where the
Uh-huh.
American version is shot, but ours was shot during COVID, so it was very difficult.
Oh,
And
okay.
they just put us on a campsite. And pretty much we were just grown adults just
Well, it's
having,
Canada's version of paradise, right?
yeah, it was really very on brand. Can't complain too much. It was a
Yeah.
really good time.
Yeah. What's it like being on a show like that? Like, I don't know. Do you feel like you get to know the Bachelorette or like at all? Or I don't know.
Uh, you do. I mean, the person I connected with, I felt as if I got to know them fairly well. Obviously,
Uh-huh.
you're you're in an environment that's very staged, and it's kind of catered, and it's set for you guys to kind of fall into this loving,
Yeah.
relationship. So obviously things aren't going to be realistic. Once you move outside of that space, it's more accurate and you get to feel them
Uh-huh.
better. But overall, the experience was great. I had a fun time. I met
Yeah.
some great people, and to this day, like I have some guys who I met on the show who I'm still,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Well, that's good.
yeah.
Yeah. It's always, I've always been curious, like what that's like trying to get to know someone at least a little bit while you have cameras all around you and everything's all kind of scripted as far as what you're doing, activities and stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, obviously, having a camera shoved in your face. And that was like my first time, I guess you could say, really being in front of a camera. So,
Uh-huh.
like myself, especially being somewhat of an introverted person,
Yeah.
at my core, it was
Uh-huh.
very different, but also was very much stepping outside of my comfort,
Yeah.
doing
That's
something
cool.
new.
So yeah, I've noticed on your IMDb, you've done quite a variety of these movies of the week. You've done some rom-coms, some thrillers, some mysteries, a little bit of everything. Do you have a favorite of the genres?
It's a good question. Favorite? Honestly, I love a good
Oh, okay, good.
thriller and a horror
Yeah.
film. So I mean, in terms of filming them, I wouldn't say there's one that I would say is my favorite. But when it comes to watching films, I love thriller movies and horror films. So I
Mhm.
kind of lean in that direction.
Yeah,
But in
yeah,
terms of filming them, like all of them, none is better than the other. I'll say that
yeah.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any difference in like, I mean, obviously it's a different plot, but like to your acting approach when you're doing the different genres?
Mhm. I mean, I'd say thriller is more, it's a little heavier, I'd say.
Yeah, a little heavier. Yeah.
Thriller, I think it was called Girl in the Window, I think it was called. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
But that one was like
That sounds
subject,
tense.
yeah, the subject matter was pretty heavy. So you had to approach that delicately, and it was just a different energy to it versus something like, this one that we're gonna be talking about, that very
Mhm.
light and just happy and easy, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I'd say that would be the biggest difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes, so you can feel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. You can also have up to 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week. It's easy to pick meals tailored to your goals. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto. I know I recently went with the chef's choice and I had smoky Gouda chicken, herb cream cheese salmon. Really good. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/Hallmarkies50 off. Use code Hallmarkies50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code Hallmarkies50 off at factormeals.com/Hallmarkies50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. So Christmas with a Kiss. So this is nice that you've now worked with Michelle twice. That has to be a nice thing to be able to work with them again.
No, it was perfect actually. Yeah, it made things a lot easier. having already met her,
Mhm.
and she's just an easy person to work with to begin with as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is it fun like seeing these like Christmas winter wonderlands like come to life around you when you do these Christmas movies?
Yeah, it's weird because I mean a lot of the times
The,
they shoot these films
the
during the
fake
summer.
snow and everything.
But it's strange because I mean out here in Canada we have all the snow you could possibly imagine. So it's like, shoot it then. But yeah, it's funny seeing them whip these sets together and seeing how it turns out, you know?
Yeah. And in the like usually in like August.
Yeah, the weirdest, warmest times of the year they decide to shoot them. I don't know why, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you're in this Hearts Around the Table series, that's got to be kind of fun to at least appear in all of these and kind of have like, does it feel like a little bit of sort of a work family
Yeah, I mean,
when there's multiple
most of my
movies?
time was spent with Michelle, obviously, since
Hmm.
we got our film together. But I mean, there's definitely some crossover with a lot of the other actors, and during those times we got to interact and hang out and whatnot. So
Yeah.
it's cool being able to just, kind of dip my toe in those other films and them
Hmm.
being able to come into my film, and it's just it's a cool concept of being able to just kind of
Yeah.
involve everybody and everything.
Yeah. And this series, it's kind of got like a foster care adoptions message, right? I haven't
Yes.
watched it yet.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, in our film, obviously each person in each film is a part of a foster family.
Mhm.
Which is actually interesting because I grew up, well, my family, my mom, we had a lot of foster kids at our home. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we did that. So it was something that really resonated with me and just was
Uh-huh.
just, interesting and kind of cool to see how I don't know, just seeing it come to life in a film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be really interesting. So this time being the lead with Michelle, was that like kind of fun to do that dynamic and get to know each other on that level?
Yeah, it was really fun. Like you said before, having already worked with her made things just super easy and just super chill. And yeah,
Mhm.
it was a great time. She's
Yeah.
she's a really great person to work with. She obviously has a lot of experience in the industry, so she was able to give a lot of feedback. Um, whether it was talking with the director or us kind of going through the script and figuring out, okay, maybe we should change this. This sounds a little funny. We should fix this up. Um,
Yeah.
having that a person like that there, it makes things easier for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So why don't you tell the audience a little bit about what this particular movie, kind of what it's about and in this series?
Yeah. Well, it's pretty much well, they say Shari, but it's pronounced Sherry.
Oh,
Sherry,
share.
yeah, Sherry's story. Pretty much she just got out of a relationship and moves back to her hometown. And she's an artist and decides that she wants her own space and moves into an artist co-op, which is run
Oh,
by my character, Evan. And we eventually meet and we get to connect. And throughout our journey, um, in a way, it's her kind of finding herself again and me helping her in that sense. And also her help.
yeah.
It's this beautiful connection that's kind of found through art. So
Yeah.
it's a fun story. We had a lot of fun shooting it. And yeah, we're happy
Yeah.
to
So
pretty much.
you play an artist in the movie?
I wouldn't say I'm an artist. My grandparents,
Oh, okay. Okay.
she's an artist, and I pretty much run a co-op, which my grandfather
Oh, okay.
um, pretty much gave to me, and it's
Uh-huh.
full artists. So I've grown up around artists, not necessarily an artist myself, more so a jack of all trades, and
Okay.
and but artist is very much something that's important in Evan's life. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we always joke that that the bad person in a Hallmark movie is, we call it bad man of business. He only cares about business. But the good person is the man with many jobs, who's like good at everything. He's always
Right.
around.
Evan's very much that. He's pretty
Yes.
good, so he's a good guy. Yeah,
I think that'll be good. That'll be good. And the different women portrayed, they all were foster siblings together. Is that right?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
That's
a
fun.
pretty cool crossover, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. What do you think that the Hallmarkies that are listening, what do you think that they'll like most about this movie, that they'll enjoy?
What do you think I like most about this film?
What's your pitch to get them to tune in?
That's a good question. I'd say just the chemistry, I guess, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, Michelle and I, we both had a lot of fun working on this one. We're both Morgans, which is really funny. Michelle Morgan,
Yeah,
Brendan.
that's true.
We would always like play and joke around with that. And also things working with her in the past, it just made things just very just light and just easy. So
Uh-huh.
hopefully
Yeah.
that translates on film, you know?
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
cool.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, Hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/Hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/Hallmarkies.
So we have some fun get to know you questions we like to end our interviews off with. So the first one is, what is the best ice cream flavor?
That's ice cream flavor. Mm. See, I have a handful.
We'll just say them all. It's all good.
Um, I love a birthday cake ice cream.
Okay.
Love
Yeah.
birthday cake. There's one flavor that I used to have all the time when I was in high school. It's called Super Kid. I don't know if
Oh,
you've heard of it before.
no.
It's like all these different flavors. It's very colorful.
Okay.
Childish,
Yeah.
but I like a good Super Kid as well.
Okay. That sounds good.
Birthday
Uh,
cake's probably at the top of my list. Yeah,
all right. What is your favorite color?
I like green.
Yeah, that's good for Christmas. Good for
Yeah.
Hallmark. Yeah. What music are you into?
I like just about anything, to be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, whatever resonates with me, whatever just hits my soul,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Do you have like a favorite Spotify playlist? Your go-to?
Well, I'm not on Spotify.
Oh, you're not on Spotify.
Apple
Yeah.
Music, unfortunately, but I know that's going to divide some people. But I don't know. I like R&B, hip hop. I have some country on my iTunes. I have just a whole array of just
Yeah.
music, whatever
Good.
just resonates with me.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. What is your go-to date night food?
Go to date night food. Oh, I know. Sushi.
Oh, that's
I
a
love-
good choice, because
Yeah.
you don't want to do anything that is potential to be messy.
Yeah, they always
Want
say don't,
something fair.
don't get pasta on the first date. That's
Oh
it.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. No pasta. And like honestly, anything with like a sandwich, it's just too, like, I don't want to get.
But in some cases, it might be good to do that on the first date. I mean, you'll find out if you really like
That's
the person.
true.
They're a mess, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think steak is like very ideal, because it's tasty and it's very neat, and but sushi is a good choice as well. Plus with steak you get to see how generous they are, I guess.
Yeah, that's true too. You can't go wrong with steak. Steak is always a good choice. If it's a
Yeah.
bad date, not a good steak.
Yeah, exactly. What is your go-to date night activity if you're going out doing something fun?
Go to date night activity. If I'm gonna do something, well, it depends on how far we are, you know. If I'm just meeting someone, I try
Yeah.
to be light. I like getting to know people, so somewhere where I can really talk. So going on a
Yeah.
walk light is really good for me.
Yeah.
I love escape rooms. I love being
Ah,
it's kind of my
yeah.
thing. So
That's a good idea for a date, I think. It's an escape room.
yeah.
You get to see how smart they are, how fun they are, how
No,
a lot of
yeah.
things. Yeah.
A lot of things.
I
Yeah.
think that's good. I've never done an escape room.
Really.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just missed that boat. I need to get on it.
You get on. They're worthwhile. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Which do you like better, dogs or cats?
Ooh, that's a hard one too, actually. Because at one point in my life, I was terrified of dogs.
Oh,
I used to hate dogs.
mm-hmm.
I got scratched by a cat. I have a scar on my arm from a
Oh my
cat.
gosh.
I was
Well, we
feeling,
always say that cats, you have to earn their love. Dogs
yeah,
just give it.
that is very true. That is very true. But I lived with a friend of mine years ago, and he had two cats. And at the time, I could care less for cats, but I fell in love with these cats. They're just
Oh.
the best character. Um,
Uh-huh.
but I do love dogs as well. It's a hard one. I've grown to love dogs. One of my close friends, she has a dog, and it's a big German Shepherd, and I love
Oh.
that dog so much. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All
You
right,
know, dog
which do you like better, beaches or mountains?
beaches.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I live near the mountains, so that makes no sense, but there we go. What is your favorite holiday to celebrate?
I love Christmas.
Yeah. You gotta love Christmas if you're in Hallmark movies.
Yeah, it's a staple.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, because you're like celebrating Christmas year round.
pretty much. Yeah.
Hallmark.
I always don't get bored of it actually, but I love a Christmas movie. I love Christmas in general. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, last question. What is your favorite Hallmark or romantic movie?
Oh, favorite Hallmark or romantic movie? Hmm. Trying to think of the last romantic movie I watched. I don't watch them that often. Uh, what's the one where the husband passes away, but he leaves notes?
Oh yeah. Shoot. What is that? The P.S. I love you?
I like PSI.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one.
that is a good one.
Really cool.
Yeah. I like a good crier sometimes, you
I
know.
went to a movie. I don't remember the last time I cried to a documentary before, but a movie, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's a good one. It's a good one. Well, very good. You did it. You answered all the questions. Well, thank you so much for coming to talk with us, and we're excited about the movie, and excited. Do you have anything else coming up that you want to talk about, or uh,
Um, right now, I mean, yeah, I have a film coming up. I'm not sure when it's gonna be released. A lot of times with productions, you kind of just film it and they don't
yeah.
keep you that much in the loop, but I have a couple things that will be releasing soon. So
Oh, so keep us posted. That would be really fun. And it was great to meet you. And if people want to follow you on like social media or stuff like that, how do they do that?
yeah, I'm just on Instagram right now. It's just Brendan W.S. Morgan. Yeah.
Great. Well, we'll have that all in the description. People can follow you. And thanks again for coming to talk with us.
Thanks so much.
We'd like to thank Brendan for coming on the podcast. This was super fun to get to talk with him. I really enjoyed it. And let us know what you think about all the things that we talked about. It was a lot of fun. And check out the movie. Make sure that you like the video if you're watching on YouTube. If you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. That helps us so much. You can follow me at Rachel's Reviews, all of our social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. And make sure you're following the podcast, Hallmarkies Pod, Hallmarkies Podcast, all of our social media. We really appreciate that. We also have our Patreon group, which is super fun, and you get to be part of watch-alongs and Q&As and bonus episodes, all that kind of stuff going on with the Patreon group. And then we have our merch store, which is really fun. It has tons of romance-inspired, Hallmark-inspired designs, so take a look at that. Thanks again to Brendan. Super fun to get to talk with him, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.